In this video, I wanted to go over how to maximize your sales from talking to hundreds of floor coder business owners themselves, and as well being a floor coder myself. 118K booked in the last 30 days, 28% conversion rate. So let's get into it here for you. There's 8 steps and components that will actually make up a great life to make your life easier and increase your profitability with less work. So let's get into it here. This all starts with the lead quality that you're actually dealing with if you are marketing onto Facebook or Instagram onto there. Many of the marketers that I see online are offering things that are pretty radical, such as like 20% off, or as well going into $1,000 off. What you'll find is that the message that you're leading with on your advertising is going to have a drastic impact on your sales in general. Because if you're offering such crazy offers, sure, your cost per lead may be lower, but you're also dealing with, by the nature of it, customers that want steep discounts onto there. In general, I find either some kind of flat dollar amount off or a way lower percentage off, something like 10%, works out tremendously better and also impacts your profitability onto the job price at the end of the day without having to take $1,000 off or 20% off for the job. Then going forward onto that, when you have the leads inside of the system, your sales pipeline with each step is very important. What we're looking for here would be the raw leads that you have. Then you would want to go to estimates onto there afterwards from responded, pure leads, responded, to estimate, to close. That's how I know what my numbers are onto there, and this also helps you be able to know where every one of your leads is inside of the pipeline, so that again you can get the highest percentage onto it. In the response rate, you should be looking for 60 to 80% across a 14-day cycle onto there. For your estimates, generally between 40 to 50%, depending upon how hardcore you want to be onto your leads. And then as well for a closing ratio, overall, a good closing ratio would be between 20 to 40%. I'm at 28% right now. I'm happy with my numbers because I'm also into another step that I'll be further on, know what my return on investment tracking actually is. After you have all the sales pipeline and everything there, you want to make sure that you have some kind of text automations, call recordings set up so that you can manage all of the communication that you're having with your leads. I have over 3,000 leads inside of the pipeline, so it's very important for me so that I can actually see that they're all being communicated with, because you can imagine trying to do that on a daily cycle would be extremely difficult onto there, as well as the opportunity to blast out texts to the people who have not converted based upon tag tracking onto there. As well, you want to have the call recordings too, because then you know exactly how you conversed with that person, you know what's important to them, just in case you had a lot of calls during that day. You also want to be able to incorporate voicemail and email into this as well, because many of the different leads will want to be contacted in different ways. Not everybody wants to be sold the same way. And especially as you get people who have higher net incomes, generally they don't even want to get onto the phone. They want to handle most of their communication through text, which is where everybody is going, as well as email onto there. Afterwards, you need to again have all those follow-up sequences set up: text, call, voicemail, and email. I have a 90-day sequence built out. Then there is additional ones that are sent through onto a sequencing for them, so we can get as many through the door as possible. Then as well, appointment setting text, and then as well lead it into a phone call if you're dealing with all of these responses onto there. This is more of an advanced thing, but for instance, I have Chloe set up in my business. What Chloe does is then takes these text responses, finds out what's important to them, and then books it straight into a phone call for me right onto my calendar, so that I can qualify the people, make sure that they are getting what they want, make sure that they understand what the floor will actually perform for them, and then as well again book that straight onto my calendar so that whenever the time comes, I have that call already confirmed and ready to go. As well, afterwards, estimate follow-ups right into your calendar plus scripts. I use Zapier for all of my automations to ensure that whenever I give an estimate, it gets updated into my pipeline so I have real-time numbers, but also after 2 days automatically gets put onto my calendar so that I know that I need to reach out to these people. Again, automating as much as possible so that I don't have to think, which is the main point here of make your life easier and increase the profitability onto there. As well, I go through a lot of this in my free group, and I can also implement this for you if you'd like to ever have a call onto that. Through here, you want to really have as well scripts for whenever you're following up with the people so that you can make sure that you're staying on to the point and not just coming off as a greedy person trying to get more money out of the people, but legitimately leading with value so that they can get the most out of the interaction with you. And then finally, you want to make sure that you have return on investment tracking. So for instance, again, through the pipeline, everything that I have is always automated onto it. Anytime a work order is booked, the value is updated inside of my sales pipeline tool. And then as well, that's how I get all my numbers here so that I know exactly how many sales I've done in the last 30 days so I can stay on the ball with that. And as well know my conversion rate so I could see if I was slipping or if there was anything inside of the process that further needed to be optimized to have an even easier life and increase profitability. Be sure to drop a comment down below if you guys have any questions, like the video, and as well join the free group, or if you'd like me to implement everything here for you, book a call down below on my website. Have a great day. Peace.